Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for 6 things that we learned from Qarabag 2, Chelsea 2. I want to turn these fingers around and start swearing, because that absolutely stunk the gaff out. What was that from Chelsea this evening? Qarabag, I want to say this at the start of this video, before I kind of go on a little tangent, before we go on a little rant here, because that is unacceptable what we've seen out there tonight. Qarabag, congratulations. When I look at what I saw from Qarabag when Chelsea last played them, which was a capitulation by their standards, a demolishment, we could say, from Chelsea back in the day against this lot. Well, you guys have massively improved, haven't you? You've got significantly better. And tonight, you have got a brilliant draw against Chelsea on your home turf in Azerbaijan. But Chelsea, on the other hand, you can come out with excuses. And should we throw them out the way now, just so that we can kind of get them over and done with and just flipping move on from it? The pitch was rubbish. I've literally played football in Tesco's and had better conditions than that. Or when you get the ball out of the ball pit in Sports Direct, yeah, and then you start kicking it up around and then you accidentally knock the tennis rackets off. Probably a better pitch than what we saw tonight. Factual information. As well as that, right, you've got a referee who, I don't know what it is, right? I'll complain about Premier League refs, I'll complain about Champions League refs, but there's no excuse whatsoever for Chelsea drawing with Qarabag. Absolutely none. And the fact that we went 1-0 up in this game makes this even more difficult for me to fathom, understand, comprehend, except Willian scored a quite brilliant goal. Chelsea go 1-0 up. It's a lovely finish. He takes it down, cuts it in, and before the keeper's had a chance to even think about diving, he's drilled it low with his left foot. It's 1-0 Chelsea. It looks as though everything's going to be plain sailing. We're 1-0 up against Qarabag. What does everybody think's going to happen then? Well, pardon me for even thinking this, but I thought we were going to go on a rout. We had people in the shootout chat saying, we want 7, we want 6. Lo and behold, just a few moments after, Chelsea have conceded a goal. And the goal that we concede is, well, a catastrophe of defending from Hatau, who's playing at centre-back, and Tosin, who's also playing at centre-back. Between the two of them, stunk the place out. For the entirety of the match, this was awful. I'd say they should walk home, but it's a long way. So they probably won't get back until early 2026. So don't walk home, but my word, was that poor. The second one, Hatau, his hand is down to his side. He needs to do better. Positioning, all wrong. Penalty, 2-1 to Qarabag. And I'm like, pinching myself. I'm like, is this actually real? Chelsea are 2-1 down in Baku against Qarabag. There's a lot of fans, right, that have travelled a long way to see that kind of shift tonight from Chelsea. And look, it wasn't bad from everyone. We're going to go through the boxes in a minute, and there was a couple of positives. There was a couple of good things to say, but there is not a single part of me that can justify, accept this kind of performance and result, particularly the result against Qarabag. We've got Barcelona next. We've got to go to Atalanta, Napoli, 2 incredibly difficult away games in Italy. And we've also got to welcome Paphos, David Luiz back to Stamford Bridge. We should win that one. But what is it right now about Chelsea? And when the team is either we don't know how to spell it properly, or this isn't a big team, we don't know who they are, why don't we show up? What is happening to us? Tottenham, Liverpool, yeah, we do well there. Brilliant performances all over. These inconsistencies are making it so difficult to buy into what we're doing, to buy into this team for this season. What can we actually achieve? And when I see performances like this tonight, I start to really question what we can do and achieve this season. But box number 1, if there's one man that I do know is an absolute baller at our football club, Estêvão Willian is fantastic. He was the best Chelsea player out there on the pitch tonight by a country mile. The goal that he scored, fantastic. That's what I want to see. Attacking footballers, whether it's a winger, striker, getting the ball out from your body and hitting it early. Estêvão did that, and he scored a great goal. There was also a moment of worry at the beginning of the second half, where again, that pitch that we mentioned earlier, Looks like he rolls his ankle a little bit. He looks okay. He's played the full 90 minutes. And listen, I think at this point in time, Estêvão's got to be playing in all of the games. You can play him in the Champions League, sure, but he's got to be playing against Wolves. That's a team that are going to be there for the taking. They've conceded tons of goals. Do they even have a flipping manager at this point? Estêvão Willian is too good to not be starting every game for Chelsea. And as we go through the rest of this video, we're going to address the sheer inconsistency that is present right now at Chelsea. And I think at this point in time, I've got to ask this question, okay? Why is it in 2025, we are constantly talking about players not being able to play 2 games a week? Chelsea aren't in the Conference League anymore. We can't just go and rest players and not take teams seriously because, they're weaker than us. They're not as good as us. No, we have not done anywhere near enough this season or in recent years even. Great summer, don't get me wrong. In terms of winning that trophy at the end of the season last year, excellent. But we have not done enough as a football club to go around thinking that we're these big shots in games like this in particular. Box number 2 is a red for Tosin. My word, this guy this season has been so poor. But tonight, oh man, I still see Sunderland's goal. Sometimes when I close my eyes or if I look into the light behind, I close my eyes and I still see Tosin stood there. Like, you remember when the PlayStation or the Xbox or whatever used to glitch out and you know that it's gone and you're going to have to do a hard reset. And everyone's just jogging around a pitch, like moving around like this. But this guy, get your tackles in. Get a foot in early. As soon as you got your back to goal and you're running the other way, why would you even invite yourself into that moment of pressure? Have some awareness about your own game. And the first goal, again, what's he doing? He's like bolting across like this and... Oh, I know that the camera thing's annoying. I'm sorry. I'm buying a new camera, all right? I've decided today I'm not going to wait for equipment to get repaired. I'm just buying new stuff. Box number 3 is a red for Hatau. Yoral Hatau was brought in, at least in my opinion, as a Marc Cucurella backup. He's a young player, really promising young left-back. Yes, he can play centre-back. I want to see Hatau being played as a left-back here. Marc Cucurella starts today, plays the full game again, didn't have anywhere near his best match in a Chelsea shirt, but for Hatau, he's absolutely culpable for both of the goals. And I genuinely would have taken him off at half-time sometimes, right? There's about, like, you don't want to make a big scene, and if a young player's having a bad game, it's almost, like, embarrassing for him to come off. Nah, this is the Champions League, man. We can't be going out there protecting people. I don't understand how Tosin and Hatau have both managed to last the entirety of this match. The defending is absolutely abysmal, again, from this Chelsea team. And as we move now further into the video, rotations is box number 4, because... I'm sorry, but this ain't working, all right? All of these chopping and changing all of the time. We need consistency, because right now, Chelsea are so inconsistent. So we're inconsistent with the lineups. We're seeing chopping and changing for Champions League games, then Premier League games. And, we're seeing like cute little nuance ideas from Enzo Maresca. This has got to stop now, because game by game, week by week, we're having a really good performance, a really bad one. Really good one, really bad one. Liam Delap came on today, and other than the pass for Garnacho, which led to a brilliant goal from Garnacho, well played Delap for that moment, this guy in front of goal, poor. But again, Chelsea bought him as the number 9. It's time to back him. It's time to start him. He's got to play against Wolves, in my opinion. The Tyreek George as a striker thing, you guys know this, I've never liked this, right? And when you've got Liam Delap fit, play your striker, your number 9, for goodness sake. And listen, if you would have gone and bought Victor Osimhen, let's say, in the summer, do you think you're dropping him for a Champions League game? So the rotations, I think, are once again a product of a young squad and Maresca not fully knowing who his top players are in each position. Box number 5, I've given a green to Garnacho. He nearly scored a winner with like a side bicycle kick towards the end of the game, and the finish was absolutely brilliant. I thought Gittins was having an absolute stinker in the first half after a very good showing against Wolves last week. I was excited to see him out there. I thought that the attack 3 behind Tyreek George, Pedro in the 10, He was awful today. Absolutely awful. I was questioning Buonanotte coming on for him. Why would you take Pedro off when you need a goal? Well, he didn't really offer us anything tonight. Estêvão was great on the right, and Garnacho was a threat on the left. And listen, for me to be trying to pluck a green box here at the end, right, I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to think about, we didn't lose. Oh, whoopee flipping do, man. We didn't lose. This is Qarabag. This is unacceptable, Chelsea. We move into box number 6, Maresca. I'm sorry, but the tinkering tonight didn't work. There's been countless times where Enzo Maresca has made decisions that I'll sit here looking at football through my footballing lens and the way I see the game, right? And sometimes I'll criticise things and then, lo and behold, 90 minutes later, I'm proven wrong. And I'm delighted about it. I want Chelsea to win. Just because I don't agree with the decision or this player starting or that player coming on or that player coming off or whatever, doesn't mean that I don't want Chelsea to win. I don't want to be proven right. This is never about that. But tonight, it's honestly the imbalance when it comes to going forward, we look okay. But we didn't really create that much tonight either. All the passing was off. Enzo Fernandez, did he even find a man with a pass? I don't remember seeing it. But defensively, sort this team out. Honestly, I don't know what else to say. Defending, shocking. We didn't have that many opportunities against Qarabag tonight. The keeper made a couple of good saves towards the end, denying Enzo in the second half, denying Garnacho with the overhead kick. But they should have scored a winner too. Well done, Rob Sanchez, for keeping it out. Can't fault Sanchez for anything tonight at all. All in all, we've got to sort this out, man. Like, just because this team, we don't know anything about them, we don't know who their players are, we've not seen any TikTok compilations, don't mean that we don't show up against teams like this. We need to start being consistent. This draw tonight, if this bites us, because we've got some horror show fixtures coming up based on these performances, Barcelona, oh God, don't worry. I'm panicking. Atalanta away, panicking. Napoli away, panicking. Paphos at home. How dare I sit here and disrespect them? Sort this out, Chelsea. Honestly, awful tonight. Make sure you subscribe to GBFC. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe to Shootout as well. The links are in the description. Come on, you Blues.